Good evening. My name is Isidra Polanco. In this podcast, I will analyze the USA government tendency to misinterpret the cause of autism and the chaos this can create among its citizens. The government, who also made false claims about statistics, supports the misinterpretation of the beliefs of one of its cabinet members, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., about vaccines and the cause of autism. This could generate great confusion among families, and it is very concerning that many people will be inclined not to vaccine their children, which will cause a serious national problem that could also transcend borders. This claim predicts great turmoil and will affect not only our nation but also other neighboring countries, causing true chaos and harming the most vulnerable family who will take incorrect measures by not protecting their children from diseases. This is a hot topic that focuses on a very sensitive issues affecting many people in general, especially special educators, students and family who are experiencing autism spectrum disorders and conditions. The autism epidemic claim. Kennedy frequently refers to autism statistics as epidemic, suggesting alarming, unexpected growth in cases, but experts attribute much of this increase to changes in diagnosis criteria, expanding screening, and increased awareness. According to the CDC data from 2022, about 1 in 31 8 years old in the USA are identified with autism, up from 1 in 36 in 2020. They explicitly note that these increase largely reflect improved attentions rather than a sudden increase in incident. This issue is causing great confusion and shock among citizens who will feel that medical science, rather than protecting them, could cause more problems. And many people might feel unsure about undergoing routine vaccinations and might resist the idea of properly vaccinating their children. The vaccines and autism, a disproven myth. NPR News reported that in 1998, a study has been proven false and there is not evidence that vaccines and autism are related. The false promise about autism research. In April 2025, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pledged to uncover the cause of autism by September 2025. But in May, he revised the goals to an additional 6 months. Yet, scientists have argued his deadline is unrealistic and politically motivated. In response to the timeline, the Autistic Self Advocacy Network, ASAN, said that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. continues to prioritize on ethical junk science and dangerous misinformation. The harmful language from uh, government. In a public address, Kennedy described people with autism as kids who never pay taxes, never hold a job, never play basketball, never write a poem, never go out on a date, and went on to say that autism destroys families. Colin Killick of Autism Self Advocacy Network stated that in an interview, I am about this. I am done many of those things. The idea that someone who needs support has had their life destroyed is just awful and not true. President Trump, in his great seal, as expresses in his slogan, Make America Great Again, hired Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Secretary of Health and Human Services, as a member of his cabinet. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., in his constant quest to control disease, simplifies the cause of autism by assuming it is due to vaccinations and their chemical components. Historically, that reminds me how President Trump handled the pandemic by assuming he knew the answers for the COVID-19 and its cause and solutions. I hope future USA's leaders will move forward evidence-based government, meaningful supports, and respectful inclusion for the autism community. I encourage teachers and family to balance the news they watch and supports the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, autisticadvocacy.org, and the Autism Project